and persistence and the attempt to pour new things into old mold is almost universal. We attempt to pour the activities of a modern congregation into an ancient building which was never meant for them. We attempt to pour modern instruction into outworn language which cannot express it. We read God's word to 20th century people in Elizabethan English. We seek to present the needs of the 20th century man and woman to God in prayer language which is 400 years old. We try to make things work that are not working. We try to adjust what is often not adjustable. And don't y'all get mad, don't come back to church next Sunday. Don't drive on your money. In fact, bring extra money. You know. Jesus, I'm just about through. Jesus is saying that there comes a time when patching is senseless. Sometimes patching won't do. Sometimes the only thing to do is to scrap it and begin all over again. I just said something. It passed over y'all's head. Y'all can be glad when I get through today. Some stuff needs to be gotten rid of. There are some forms of church service and some forms of words expressing our belief which we often try to adjust and tweak in order to bring them up to date. There are some things that you can't adjust enough. There are some things that you can't tweak enough. Sometimes you just got to get rid of it. We're unsuccessfully trying to patch what is unpatchable. We're still talking about... And I'm trying to break myself of a lot of these habits, but we're still trying to talk about being born again to people who don't have a concept of that. They're talking about relationships. You run around telling folk you got to be born again, they looking at you like a fool. You got to start talking to people about they need to be in relationship with somebody, because that's what this generation understands. Now, lest I give you the wrong impression, let me hasten to say this. We're not called to recklessly and callously abandon that which has stood the test of time. However, the fact remains that this is a growing and expanding culture. There does come a time when patches are useless. There does come a time when a person and a church need to accept the adventure of the new or withdraw into the backwoods. You know, there are some folk who say, that's the way we've always done it. I don't care what you say. It was good enough for grandma. It was good enough for mama. And it's going to be good enough for me. You're going to be sitting up by yourself. You're going back to the backwoods and you're going to be back there by yourself. Be careful of the backwoods. In the backwoods, watch this now. In the backwoods, they don't worship God, they worship the past. Our minds minds need to be elastic enough to receive and contain new ideas. Something else hot off the press. Just do this for me. 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 Everybody in here who is 20 years old or younger, stand up for just a minute. 20 years old. Now I want you to look at all of that better. Now look around. Man, y'all sit down. Sit down. Everybody between 21 and 35, if you don't mind voting, would you stand up? Look around. Look around. Okay, now sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. I ain't going back above 35. You saw something. Now, those of you who are 35 and up, you already set. But now you ain't gonna reach these younger folks. The same stuff that reached us. When I was coming along, they had a mourner's bench. And if you didn't get up when the folk invited you to come, they made you get on your knees. And they prayed over you. And beat you and spit on you. Till you finally got up. I was smart. I was the first one to get up on Monday night. Spitting over me and beating over me and praying over me. I already made up my mind. I'm trying to say something, y'all. If the church does not look for ways to reach that group, those groups that I had standing, in a few years they won't be here. Our minds must, I'm through, y'all. I'm through. Our minds must be elastic enough to receive and contain new ideas. Progress is facilitated by new ideas. The history of progress is the history of the overcoming of the prejudices of the shut mind. When minds are shut to change and progress, things begin to slow down. And growth is threatened. Remember, when any living thing stops growing, it starts dying. We live in an age of rapid and tremendous changes. Jesus is pleading for a certain elasticity in our minds. Jesus issues a warning to his church. His warning to his church is, don't you dare to be the only institution that lives in the past. Don't you dare to be the only institution that lives in the past. Because the past will leave you and nobody will remember you. I have sense enough to know that if I fall dead this evening, y'all might put a black piece of cloth on my chair for 30 days. After 45 days, somebody gonna find it hard to remember my name. Are you getting it? Life goes on. The church must go on. Southern Mission, we've got to still be about the business of the gospel. Read that from the pastor's desk. I'm going to say more about it during the rest of this month, but read it. Don't say, I can't do this and I can't do that. Say, I'm going to do some more. Whatever your talents are, share them, because if we're going to keep some people from doing some stuff that they don't need to be doing during these hard times, the church is going to have to become active. I hope